Hi, Mom. You know, every time I think about what I want to say to you, I always have all these thoughts inside my head, and then when I either try to write it down, I can't get it out, or when I'm sitting in front of a camera, I can't get it out, and I really just lose all train of thought, and I can't say what I want to say. Mom, it's been 10 years since you died. No, let's not sugarcoat it, Mom. It's been 10 years since you killed yourself. It's been 10 years since you committed suicide. You left me when I was 19 years old, and now I'm 29. I'm gonna be 30 in a few months, Mom. I'm wearing a LA Dodgers hat, and Mom, I know you were an Angels fan, and you were born in Sacramento, but LA was the best I could do. It's all I have. But I tried. Is it good enough? Mom, I wish I could just explain to you what it's been like being without you for 10 years. I did write some things down, and I'll get to that in a second, but I really just want to speak from my heart right now, but it's hard because I don't know what to say. Mom, I'm just fucking like you. I am so much like you, it's kind of unbelievable. I look like you, so thanks. But unfortunately, I got the hairline from Dad, so that kind of sucks. Unfortunately, I got your metabolism too, no offense. You looked great, Mom, but I don't know what to say. I'm just being self-deprecating right now, which is also another thing that I learned from you. Every creative part of me I got from you. Every part of me that's funny I got from you. My work ethic I got from you. Dad worked hard too, but Mom, there wasn't a job you wouldn't do. 10 years, Mom. It's been 10 years. Do you know how many people have come in my life in these last 10 years that don't know you? That never met you? I've had so many people come into my life that don't know the biggest part of me, which is you. And you know, the biggest reason I wanted to hold on to my relationship that I had when you were here is because I was so afraid that losing them would be like I was losing you. Because I knew that no person who I ever was with after this person would ever know you. And honestly, it caused me to hold on to a really shitty situation for way longer than I should have, but that's all said and done, and that's fine. But I didn't realize how much it would suck that the people that I would call my best friends now don't know you. And don't worry, Mom, I make a lot of jokes at your expense. But unfortunately, because they don't know you, they don't get the funny part of it. They just are like, oh my god, I can't believe you're saying that about your mom. And 10 years, Mom. I miss you. I miss you, but it sucks because I can barely remember you. Like, most of what I remember about you, like, It's kind of, it's a lot of really shitty memories intertwined with some really funny, good times, but most of you is gone. And it sucks because for the last 10 years, all these people that have come into my life don't know this part of me, the one that made me, and it just sucks. I try to not make a big deal out of it. And you know what's funny? Like, you always think that the more time that goes by, the easier it gets, but it gets harder. Every day that goes by is another day that I haven't heard your voice. It's another day that I'm forgetting a memory. And with each second, with each minute, hour, day, month, year, everything that goes by, it's just more things that I'm forgetting. 10 years? When Dad first told me that you took your life 10 years ago, there's no way I could have imagined what it would be like 10 years later. Because 10 years ago, I wanted to take my own life too, and I know you know that. And Mom, I tried, and I was hospitalized twice from it. But I'm still here. You know, kids are the ones who lose their parents. That's how life goes. But did I have to lose you when I was a teenager? When I was 19, Mom? You would only be 62 now. I haven't had any parent for several years now. But Dad was older than you. He was supposed to go first, and you were supposed to go way later. But instead, I have no parent now, and I'm 29. Mom, I'm gonna be 30 in a few months. Mom, I did write you a letter just a few minutes ago. 10-year anniversary letter. But I was scrolling through my computer and I also found some things that I wrote about you several years ago. I miss you, Mom. It sucks. It sucks so bad knowing that you should still be here. See, Dad died of cancer, and I don't struggle with that as much because that just makes sense. Like, Dad got cancer and he died. But it's so hard for me to deal with the fact that you took your own life because that's just, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like, I understand psychologically that you took your own life, and I understand why, Mom, I do, but it just, on surface level, I can't make sense of it. Because you're supposed to be here, Mom. You're supposed to be here. Mom, I remember when I was 5 years old, and Dad was out of town, and you know, I was 5, so I don't understand everything that was happening at that time, but I remember being outside on the street and seeing you get arrested for the very first time. And I was 5 years old. And Me and my brother and my sister had to go to foster care that weekend because Dad was out of town and you were in jail. And I remember sitting at the front of that foster home and I stood there for quite some time because I didn't know my birthday. I was 5. I was like, my birthday's in March. That's all I knew. But I remember at that moment, my mom's not perfect. My mom's going to jail. And you know when you're such a little kid, like, and you think what you hear about the cops, like breaking the law and all of that, and then seeing your mom being taken away in handcuffs in a cop car, and because of that you have to go to foster care. That image was burnt into my brain for so long. And I think the only thing that made that easier was seeing you get arrested again, and again, and again. And don't worry, Mom. After that, it didn't take long for me to realize that you weren't perfect and to accept it. But it really sucked every time you did get arrested. And in between being arrested and you having warrants out, that sucked too. It sucked feeling like I could never be at ease when you were home because I never knew how long it was gonna last. I never knew when the cops would be knocking at our door next. Sometimes when you got arrested, I would feel at ease for just a little bit, knowing that finally everything was taken care of. And when you came home, we could just start over. But it never lasted long. Like, Mom, why? Why? Why did you always have to go and fuck it up? I moved in with my friend when I was 16 years old, Mom. I wasn't living with you, I wasn't living with Dad, I was living with my friend, and I was doing great. But I just signed a lease, I was gonna move into this townhome, and for my 18th birthday, you and Dad took me to get a bed. And while we're at the store getting my bed, you get a call that there's cops at the house and they have a warrant for your arrest. And that sucked, obviously. I don't know why it sucked, honestly. I don't know why that is one of the times that sticks out so much. Is it because it was like my birthday, or I don't even think that's it. I think it's just because, once again, Mom's getting arrested. And we can't do anything without shit like this happening. Mom, do you know how much it was normalized for me as a kid to just have your parents get arrested? Mom, you told me you loved me all the time, but you told me you hated me a lot too, and luckily I am able to separate both of those and know that you were just really sick, and you probably didn't mean all those times that you said you hated me. I know you didn't mean those times, but Mom, I hear them all the time, over and over and over again in my head. They never go away. 10 years, Mom. Mom, I wrote this for you. This is my 10-year... This is my 10-year since you've been gone letter. You know what? Next week will be the 10-year anniversary of my mom's death. What the fuck? 10 fucking years. I remember her dying like it happened just 5 minutes ago. I'll never forget it. You know what sucks though? I can hardly remember her living. Every day that goes by is another day that I forget more and more what she sounded like when she talked. Or what she sounded like when she laughed. Or more commonly, what the sound of her yelling was like. Mom, I want to talk to you, so now I'm going to. It's been 10 years since I've talked to you. 10 fucking years. You know, so much has changed in these last 10 years, but at the same time, not much has changed at all. I'm still left with the dysfunction that you brought into my life. Dad's dead too, and I'm guessing you already knew that. Mom, I love you, and I miss you. But I still remember all those times that you said that you hated me. I remember you told me over and over that you wish you would have gotten an abortion. At the time that you said those things, I didn't let it bother me much because for me, it was just part of my life. When my sister was in 7th grade, you always used to call her a slut. Over and over again. I remember you saying it. I always felt bad for her because we were just kids. She was in 7th grade. She was in 7th grade for fuck's sake. I can't help but imagine how that has shaped the type of relationships that she has had as an adult. You always called my brother half-ass Matthew. You hated him more than you hated me. Mom, I don't dwell on these bad times. However, when I think about them now, I can't help but think about how they have shaped me into the man that I have become. Damn, Mom. It's been 10 fucking years. 10 years really hurts. Mom, I miss you. I hate that I miss you, but I can't help it. My life is so different now. I know last time you saw me, you were so proud of me that I was buying my first house. I did end up buying it, but I sold it now. I miss living there, and I miss those times, but those days are behind me now. I know you loved who I was dating before, but those days are long gone now, too. We lasted for a while, though. We lasted 6 years after you died. I can't say those were good times. Unfortunately, all I knew about relationships was what I learned from you and Dad. So, I guess it was all destined to fail. But all is well. I'm learning on my own how to be a better man. It's been hard, but I am slowly getting there. You know, the night that you died, I need to look at you when I say this, Mom. Mom, the night that you died, I did a bunch of drugs myself. I know that this wasn't smart, but I didn't know how to feel. I didn't want to feel the reality of you being gone, and it was stupid because I know that you had just died of a drug overdose yourself, but for some reason I felt like me doing drugs was the right thing to do. Anyways, back to me reading. That probably wasn't the best idea, but I was too scared to face the reality. Since then, all I have been able to do is face reality. And quite honestly, it sucks. Mom, you would only be 62 if you were still here today. I've been without you for so long that the only things I really learned from you was what not to be. But you know what, Mom? I guess I did learn one thing from you, and that is to find the humor in everything. I often find myself in situations that aren't funny at all, but I can't help but laugh. Mom, like you, I also got fired from my last job. But, unlike you, I won't let it be my demise. Okay, Mom, that's all I have to say right now. We will talk again one day, but until then, I miss you. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. I think I feel okay now.